Hey, don't dictate terms about his wife. Stay quiet. Move away.
Walk away, man. Take your wife with you.
Look at
Why
him.
people come and talk to your wife?
It's okay. Give me 1 minute. I just want to see what it says about women in the
Look at him. Can you imagine? What? No. But please, I'd like you to just think about one little thing. Just one little thing. And that's why we come to Speaker's Corner. But this fellow clearly has shown up in Speaker's Corner without having a clue.
Brother, it's your wife.
Do you?
Take your wife with you, man.
Hey,
I want to see what it says first.
are you from Bangladesh?
Don't let your wife, someone speak to you. Why are you doing this? You are a man. Alhamdulillah. Muslim.
Hey, don't dictate terms about his wife. Stay quiet. Move away.
Walk away, man. Take your wife with you.
Look at
Why
him.
people come and talk to your wife?
It's okay. Give me 1 minute. I just want to see what it says about women in
Yeah,
Islam.
thank you.
No,
Thank you.
he's a Kurdu man. He's a
I know. I've seen on
Gandu.
YouTube. I've seen on YouTube.
Exactly.
I know. Control religion.
Look at him. Can you imagine? What? No. But please, I'd like you to just think about one little thing. Just one little thing. If he would show up at Speaker's Corner and
We are in Speaker Corner.
Wow.
We are in Speaker Corner.
don't enter into my personal
You can't
space.
do.
Don't enter into my personal
Shut up.
space. I know you have lost your mind, but
Shut
don't
up,
enter
you
into my
can't do,
personal
man.
space. If he comes to Speaker's Corner and dictates terms with your wife, can you imagine what he'll do to the girls in his life?
Like, what's your question?
Yeah, question. Simple question.
Don't go off other people. What's
Please
the main point?
tell me, give me some evidence from the Quran as to why you think Islamic women,
What did you say?
especially in a nikah, are respected as anything more than sex objects. That's all I see in the Quran. Tell me why, any evidence that you can give from the Quran which makes you think in nikah, in nikah,
believe him.
in
He's a
nikah,
liar.
Islamic women are
You
more
liar,
than
you
sex
can't
sex slaves. I said sex objects earlier, sex slaves. Anything more, sex slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I find in the Quran in relation to nikah. If you think it's more than sex slavery, women are treated well, much better, please give me some evidence from the Quran.
There is a lot of evidence.
Gandu.
When a woman
Gandu.
is born, from the
Gandu.
minute she has a
Yeah,
rights in the family.
Gandu.
1 second. I can't hear.
Oh, you want to hear?
I can't talk because it's
No.
screaming
Oh,
in my
listen.
ear.
Oh, sorry.
Just calm down. So from the moment she's born, her father, her brothers have a right to protect her the
Gandu.
moment she's born.
Gandu.
As she's growing
Gandu.
up, so
Gandu.
I can't.
You can't do nothing. I'm staying here.
I can't talk.
I'm speaking.
I didn't say anything to you.
You can't do.
Wow.
I can't think because you're literally in my ear.
Just say it.
Yeah, just stay focused. Just ignore this gentleman.
And so,
Mental asylum, closest mental
so
asylum.
literally, they're not. Women aren't here to be sex objects. For men. That's completely false. I don't know. That's probably your main point to cause me to talk. And that's fine. 1 second, let me answer you. When we're married, because that's the main part, right? Talking about sex objects and stuff. The man has a massive obligation to protect his women by making sure that other men don't come next to her that is not related to her, right? Because they could try raping her or try to control her and stuff. He has an obligation to me to make sure I'm provided for your food. He is actually meant to make sure the food is brought to the house, cooked and brought. So women aren't meant to just cook and give sex to men. That's completely false. He's also meant to make sure I'm provided for financially.
Oh, is that your son?
So the main person
your
working
son?
in a household
Oh,
would be
just
the
your friend.
husband.
You look good.
Nowadays, things have become more
Both of you look at
modern when you
Gandu,
live in
man.
London.
Hey, Gandu, look at
When
this guy,
you
man.
when you live in London, you end up both working in the
Gandu,
household,
everybody
but in the
talk,
Quran,
talk,
it's meant to be
talk.
obligated to the men.
Gandu.
They're meant to be. Let me answer.
Gandu.
They're meant to be the ones that work, provide financially,
Look at the camera, he's run away.
emotionally, mentally.
I like
It even
that
says
shit. No one
men are
can
meant to
fuck
be
with me.
soft
I'm a
with their
fucking
women.
madman.
They're meant to talk to their
I'm
women.
gonna change my name.
Emotionally
Madman.
be emotionally be available for their women and mentally as well. It's all about having the capacity to be.
We need to speak how anyone speaks. You gotta stop.
Be there for each other. That's exactly what I get from my husband. We're a real life example example of a Muslim couple. I'm a woman, he's a man, right? In our relationship, and thousands of other couples that I know that are also Islamic.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm very
back
well
again.
connected. One sec, I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear?
Because I can't hear.
Oh, okay. I can't go anywhere. I'm coming back, yeah? I'm going, yeah. Come back, yeah? Okay, sorry.
You don't see much
Deliver.
God, do. He's smiling. Ah, God, do.
Can you imagine?
I'm back again. God, do. God, do. God, do. God, do. God, do. God, do. God,
so loud.
I'm back. I'm back.
And so thousands of couples like us that I know, because I'm more connected to the community. I work in Westminster. I work with a lot of families in London. That's what I do. And I see a lot of people that are exactly like us. The men, they fill out the obligations. They give women the money, the food, clothes, attention, love, care, compassion, protection. I've never been that, whatever you're saying, you know,
Sure.
what is the word? Derogatory term.
Another thing I'd like to say
saying
is-
sex slave. It's very what's the word?
Derogatory, yeah.
Another thing I'd like to say is like when someone came to the Prophet and asked like who after obviously our Lord, who's next? He said your mother. He said who's after? He said your mother. He said who then? He said your mother. He said it 4 times and he said your father. He says that's how high your mother is, and a female is. She's 4 times higher than your father. And he also said that heaven is beneath your mother's feet. And he said when your daughter is born, that's a gate to paradise.
But I heard of what you've said so far, please. I've heard carefully. But the same sound from both sides. The same sound from both sides.
This is why you're scared of dog. You're scared of
The same.
You're scared of dog.
No, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared. Sorry, no, I'm
You're
not.
scared you can't do.
No.
Why are you scared of the dog? Alhamdulillah, but he's a stupid boy.
The more you swear and shout at him, he looks bad with us.
No, it's not. We're
Makes it
not.
harder for us.
No, we're not. Never. He's stupid.
Let us talk. Be part of the conversation. That's absolutely fine. You can answer the question we gave. This question was, are Muslim women sex slaves? Why don't you answer it as a Muslim as well?
He doesn't have a
Instead of
clue.
swearing and shouting, you make us look bad. Now you walked off.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, you are the
This
kind.
is what I hate, about certain people like that ruin Islam for others. They make us look disgusting. Why is he doing that? We're just talking.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
come here to talk. Let's talk.
Sure. I heard both of you. But here is the challenge. I want to go. You mentioned something which is not in the Quran, which is from text which was written much later, centuries later. I want to go back to the Quran and focus on the Quran alone. And as a matter of fact, the Quran would contradict even some of what you said. You know, for instance, you said daughters, when daughters are born, it's gateway to heaven. But the Quran actually contradicts that in multiple places where Allah, the Islamic Allah himself says, look, how come you attribute to me daughters when you have sons? As if having daughters is some nasty thing. And so the Quran contradicts some of this. So I'm not focused on the hadiths. I'm focused on the Quran. One second.
Any sons or daughters to God. God
One
doesn't
second.
have children.
But one second. That wasn't my point. My point, that wasn't my point. That wasn't my point. My point was the Islamic Allah especially said, why do you attribute to me daughters while you have sons? So his communication was, oh, so you have sons, I only have daughters. As if having daughters is some sort of an inferior thing. That's what's in the Quran. But let's not get digressed. I want to focus on the main topic, the sex slaves.
So hang on, because you said that point, I have to also.
No, please. I want to keep that point aside because that's not from the Quran.
You just brought that point here, so let me.
But I haven't responded to your previous. I patiently heard you earlier.
That's fine.
I patiently. Good to see you. How you doing?
You just brought up a new point, so let me.
No, I didn't respond to your previous point. I haven't responded to your previous point. I haven't responded to your previous point. No, I haven't responded to your previous point. Let me please respond. Let me please respond to your previous point.
You brought up a new point, then you want to wash it away.
No.
And then
I am now responding. No, one second. My dear friend, one second.
Let me just.
You said maybe 5 things. the gentleman here,
Okay.
your husband said
That's
three
fine.
things or
I'm glad
something.
you heard it.
Now I
I'm
want to
glad you
respond to
heard it.
them, and I was merely
Fine.
starting.
So you said that
I was
women
merely starting.
are attributed to sons, blah, blah,
Sex
blah, you
slavery.
said.
Sex slavery. I want to get back to that,
We
please.
will. We're here all day. Don't worry. We
No,
will.
I want to get
It's
back to the
okay.
sex slavery.
It's okay. We will.
All I'm saying
It's
is,
okay.
let's focus only on the Quran.
Women.
And when focused on the Quran,
It's better than having one son almost, isn't it? They say.
where does the Quran say that?
It says that.
Where does the Quran say that?
Was that in the hadith? Having two daughters, even if you have no sons, having two daughters is almost higher than having sons. And to make
Not in the
sure-
Quran.
To make sure that a father does his duty to women. 1 second. To make sure women their rights are fulfilled by their father, their husband. That two daughters is better than having one son.
It's not there in the Quran. It's really not in
You
the
read the
Quran.
Quran?
Oh yeah, I've read multiple times. I'm writing books on the Quran. It's not in the Quran. So now let me get back to the previous question. Sex slavery. You know, some of the points you mentioned about protection. You mentioned about provision, providing. Some of these, a sex owner, a slave's owner could do to the sex slave. For example, in prostitution, a man could pay for the lady. That could be seen as a provision, and that's why today it's even called sex industry, as if it's some sort of a business. So merely paying someone or protecting someone doesn't mean they are any better than sex slaves. I want to get to the bottom here, please, really, and that is where I'd like you both to stay focused. Get me some detail from the Quran. There are plenty of details in the Quran about treatment of women. I completely understand, some of which is paying for them, protecting them, and so on. One second, let me finish the question and please respond. I am going to say happens with sex slavery also. I want to get some sort of punch evidence that you can use from the Quran where the woman in a nikah are meant to be more than sex slaves in the nikah. And when doing that, please, one of the other problems I had with you earlier was that you used yourself as an example. Now, you could be terrible Muslims. You could be marvelous people. I know, you are marvelous people in my sight.
An example, who else are you going
One
to use
second.
as an example?
No, I don't need examples. I need the theology first. Once you've given the theology, you can give me examples. So tell me one punch detail that you find in the Quran which tells you that women in nikah are much better than sex slaves. Payment won't work, protection won't work.
Okay, so you're saying payment and protection won't work?
Because that could happen even in sex slavery.
So what?
In a sex slavery,
It can happen in a normal convenience store.
absolutely,
Right?
and therefore,
So just because it can happen somewhere else doesn't mean our point is invalid.
I'll clarify. I hear what you're saying. I'll clarify. Yeah. If you, I'm giving a very hypothetical scenario, completely unrelated. Yeah. If you came to me for some reason and said, "Hey, look, I am a millionaire. I have £1 million," and let's say it's relevant to me for some reason. Yeah. And now I need evidence for that, and based on that, I'm going to do something, and both of us care about that. Yeah. Let's say in the hypothetical scenario, and if you told me, "Look, I am a millionaire," and I asked you for evidence, if you showed me £5, would that wash? It won't. £5 anyone can show. You see what I'm saying? £5. Even someone like me, who is penniless, can show £5.
Yeah, but that analogy
And that's the analogy here. I completely agree. I'll clarify. I completely agree that women in a nikah are sex slaves. Completely agree, according to the Quran. Let me finish.
I wanted to answer.
One second. I'll just finish this and then please
I didn't
clarify.
understand what you said. I didn't understand what you said. So I'm saying, did you say aren't or are?
Are.
So
Women,
you're saying they are sex slaves?
So it literally
only sex slaves.
So it says that in the Quran.
Not using that sort of phrase, but
what's the
implying. For example,
implication?
I'll give you the specific details. For example, women in the Quran, especially in a nikah, are in Surah 2 described as sex objects.
No, it doesn't.
It does. I can show you in a brief moment. Sex objects. And then elsewhere, the Quran says the man in a nikah can, if he fears that the woman can be treacherous, some way, if he suspects, he can warn the lady, keep her out of the bed, and then subsequently beat her. This happens only in slavery. The woman can't do the same. The man can do that to the woman.
She can leave him.
How can a woman leave a man? So, but do you see the 2 points I've made so far? I'll come to the first evidence for the first one later. Now you're saying the woman can leave?
They can divorce each other.
No, but can they? Okay. So let's. Now here is where we're going from one detail to another. Let's stay focused. So you are saying the woman can divorce the man.
They're allowed to divorce each other in that situation.
Sure, but let's just discuss. Just focus on that.
And also, if he's committed adultery, he can also get worse than beaten. His hands can get chopped off and all that kind of stuff, like via Sharia law, whatever. If whatever country follows that, broad Muslim countries, that would happen.
Sure.
Or if they wanted to get divorced, not do the whole cutting hands thing, in Muslim countries, then you just divorce each other.
Sure.
Because you wouldn't want to stay with a cheater or an adulterer. And then when she gets divorced, she would take her mahar. Her mahar is her gold, her money. That would be to help her find her feet.
You made 2 points now.
Yeah.
Let's discuss both.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly ask. So your first point was about divorce. You said, hey, he could divorce. She could divorce. If I said he can beat, and to which you said he can divorce. She can divorce. Let me ask you this. The man can do triple talaq to the lady.
Yeah.
Can the woman do triple talaq to the man?
She would have to have it in stages. I think it's over a course of 3 months. She would be able to do talaq.
In other words, she is a sex slave. Even a slave, no.
That's literally not what it
But
says.
to be a sex slave, you're forced to have sex. You can't force your wife. You can't force her to have. If she says no,
You can't force.
You're not allowed to
Let's
force
look
your
at
wife
this.
to have sex with you.
Where do you see that? Where do you see the idea that you can't force?
You're not allowed to force your wife. That's actually
Where do you see that
forbidden
idea?
to force your wife.
Where?
You're forbidden.
Where?
It's in there.
I'll show you where.
just so you know, we're not scholars, so we don't know exactly what
Don't
surah and
exactly-
what.
Sure, I'll read a surah for you. Surah 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah 2, Ayah 2 to 3, which is what I used earlier to call the sex object here. Surah 2, Ayah 2 to 3. Your wives are a place of cultivation, a land for cultivation, sowing of seed. So for you, so it's speaking to the men, yeah? It's the you here are men. So come to your place of cultivation, however you wish, and put forth for yourselves. Do you see the wish of the woman taken into account here?
That's literally one sentence. And how does that mean that someone's a sex slave?
Sure.
Also,
but
who's the author of this? Who's the author of this translation?
Surah, this is Sahih International from Sahih International. It's one of the most
It
popular
doesn't matter who's translating it.
translations.
Obviously, translations vary, but
I can take the Arabic. Do you read Arabic?
How from that?
I can take the Arabic if you
How
like.
from that did you get someone's a sex slave?
So,
That's one line
sex object.
taken.
This is a sex object.
How did you get that from that though? Because
I'll
that
demonstrate.
might be a misunderstanding of your English, darling.
I'll demonstrate.
That doesn't mean sex slave.
I'll demonstrate. Sex object. This one
Sex object.
This one means sex
It's
object.
just
I'll
that
demonstrate.
A man, to have a child with someone would have to be married. You don't just have a child with anyone or go have sex with anyone because we don't allow multiple, I wouldn't just have sex with a random person. It would have to be someone I'm married to.
1 second,
So
please.
that's wrong.
Let
The way
me-
you interpret that is you're
Sure.
choosing to interpret it in your way.
Let's read this.
It's really wrong.
But let's read. Don't just repeat the assertion.
No, I'm just saying.
But let's read.
Maybe you're not understanding.
Sure, but if we read, we'll find out. Your wives are a place of cultivation. So it's already beginning in a wrong note. It's saying to the man, your wives are like a land. That's how it's beginning. It's objectivizing already. And then it goes on, for you. It's making them a possession. It's first of all an object, a land, and then it's possessed by the man for you. And it goes on. So come to your place of cultivation. So it's now talking about the man doing some stuff. You come to your place of cultivation. You go to your land however you wish. So it's saying, hey look, man, your wish matters. So however you wish, come in.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what people do with a sex object. It's an object that you own to which you can do stuff, or using which you can do stuff, but only your will matters. The object does not have a will. That's the very definition of a sex object. And it goes on, so however you wish, and put forth for yourselves, and fear Allah, and know that you will meet Him. That's what it says. That's the very definition of a sex object. If you see anything contrary or anything which respects the lady here as anything more than a sex object, please tell me what it is here.
Using that logic, that's like saying that your husband is just a bank because he has to provide for you. That's like him, he's an object, he's only for money.
No,
because it says
this is dealing with an entire area of physical intimacy.
Okay,
but if you said your husband provides, maybe somewhere else it could say your husband also loves.
So this
You see what I'm saying?
trying to say.
But here it's this.
That sentence and in other areas,
but there's another area
it will
that
say-
Where does it say anything?
we're not scholars. We're not going to know everywhere.
But okay, look-
you just randomly approach stuff.
Sure,
We're not obviously prepared. For
So
it.
you're not scholars, that's fine. I completely understand. But do you at least now agree? Earlier you said that's my
I don't agree with
But please listen. Because I haven't asked the question. I haven't asked the question.
Not
Please listen.
right.
But please stay focused.
You've come here to manipulate words.
I haven't.
You've read.
But I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I didn't ask the question yet.
That's really weird.
You know, what
That's
is
like
the-
saying in Christians, women are also sex slaves, just because it would also say
You won't find
a man
anything like
has
this in
to
the
lay
Bible.
with his wife.
My dear friend, please.
Or even,
You won't
could
have
even
anything
say
like
that
that
Do you
in the
see?
Bible.
Do you see?
Weird.
Not anything like this in the Bible.
Please listen. And here is where you need to listen. It's
In
really.
the Bible, literally, it says.
Do you know what? This is good for
when
your
you-
channel, though. Clickbait. I like it.
No. When,
But
in
would
the
I, could I
Bible-
Do you
speak
get
right
money
now?
from your channel?
But could I speak right
No,
now?
you can. I'm letting
You're
you.
really
letting you
using
speak.
tactics right now.
I'm
Could I
not
speak
using
right now?
tactics.
In the
I'm
Bible-
actually-
Could I speak right now?
You can.
Yeah, let me speak right now. Earlier, 2 minutes ago, or 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
you said that's my interpretation.
That is.
In this ayat, let me. I haven't finished. I haven't finished.
Really
Finish.
weird.
I haven't finished.
To carry on.
What's
I
weird?
want to see your next point.
What's
This is
weird?
interesting.
What's weird
Yeah.
is that you're not letting me speak right now. That's weird.
So speak.
I'm speaking.
Because we let you. All you can talk about is cultivation.
Sure.
cultivation.
A land,
You said the whole thing.
a
So
land,
Let's make your point. about
treating
sex
something as a land that you own, to which you do things only at your will. If that is not a sex object, what is it?
So when it says the man is there to protect and provide, if that's
No,
not,
stay focused on this.
okay, listen.
This ayat first.
No.
I want to focus on. Did I misrepresent this ayat?
When it says cultivation and sowing of seed, that's not like a literal thing, like, oh, treat her like a land. It doesn't say treat her like land,
So-
own her like land. It's
I'll
not
clarify.
saying that.
Let me ask you.
That's just the way of speaking back then. That's how they speak. Very
Sure.
poetic and sow the seed.
So treat-
and do your deeds and all this.
Take-
and that.
take-
That's how they speak in the Bible. The
Please-
Quran, and-
please help me here.
And Hebrew, the Torah, and everything. That's just how it is.
But please help me
That doesn't
understand.
mean treat her like a land. Have you ever cultivated me like a land?
No.
No, he is a bad Muslim. He is treating you well. He is a bad Muslim. No, this is true.
Of
If he
course
is
it-
treating you well, he is a
of course
bad
you're gonna say
Muslim.
that. Of course
That's
you're
why I am focused on the Quran right now. I'm focused on Islam. I'm not accusing you. Even in the way you let your wife speak, and even in the way you both conducted earlier, conducted yourself in relation to the other gentleman, I respect you both. Marvelous examples of how not to be a good Muslim. And here is, and I, are you from Bangladesh? Yeah. You are. Bengalis, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Bangladesh, even today on paper, is not an Islamic country, is it? Secular country, it's meant to be on paper. Not today.
It used to
Not
be
today. Not today.
I think it used to be
But
majority Hindu.
yeah, Bengal has a long history, and this is why I really appreciate Bangladeshis. Many times they think I am Bengali, and vice versa. I think they are Tamils and so on. But it's really good to meet you both.
You don't look Bengali.
Some other people.
You
But
do look Indian though.
sure. But now coming back to this, you earlier said I have misrepresented this ayat, misunderstood this ayat. I gave you 3 specific points. 1, it describes the lady as land, number 1. Number 2, which is an object. A land is an object.
Yeah.
Number 2, it attributes ownership because it says land for you. So an object that is owned by the man. So object, ownership, and then it goes on describing physical intimacy, but only taking into account the man's wish. The woman's wish is not here at all. So an object that you own, that you use at your own will alone, is the very definition of a sex object. In this case, an object that you use for physical, whatever, pleasure, whatever. That's the definition of a sex object.
Okay, saying for you to use, obviously it's talking about the husband. The woman is not there for everyone, it's just for the husband.
Yeah.
Calling them land for to be sold, like she said, he's talking a poetic term.
Yeah.
So
Is the woman's...
So when they're translating, obviously, it's like when you say, I caught you red-handed. If you translate to another language, it doesn't make sense. Whereas in the Arabic language...
I'm talking about the underlying meaning. I'm not talking about the wording.
I'm saying, what is the wording?
The underlying meaning is when you describe a lady as a land, is that objectivizing her or not?
No, it's not in this context. So
tell me,
what I'm trying to say is when, like for example, when I'm saying if you're caught red-handed, in my language, that literally, if I translate to my language, Bangladesh, that won't make sense. If I told someone you got caught with red hands in Bangladesh to another Bangladesh person, they'd be like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense.
I completely understand.
But
Idioms, idioms, similes, also metaphors. You can use all, but that's not my point here right now. As a metaphor, one second. As a metaphor, if you treat a lady or describe a lady only as a land, is that objectivizing her or not?
You're saying only as a land, this sentence.
This sentence.
So there's no other sentence in this entire Quran.
I'm first focused on this sentence because your wife accused me of misrepresenting this ayat.
Refer to all the points in Islam that talks about intimacy.
Sure.
If you talk about one, it's
But
not
at the least we can agree, this ayat
No.
I am accurately describing. Is there any other ayat anywhere which actually gives something
I don't even know how you
reverse
came up
for
with
the
this.
women?
There's an entire ayah for women.
I think you came
Where?
up with
Entire
that
surah, you
out of
mean?
hatred.
Which one?
Like I said, we're not scholars, so I don't really know exactly which one it is.
Is there an entire surah for women?
There is a entire surah.
Yeah, sure.
I think
Are you sure about
I
this?
think this has come out, the way you've interpreted that has come out because of your hatred, maybe.
No,
Maybe you
it's
hate
because of my intelligence. I have read through because of my knowledge.
What's your book?
No, please, I'll ask you this.
What book do you follow?
I am a Christian. Now let me ask you this. Is there an entire surah for women?
About women, yeah.
About women,
Let
an
me get
entire
it off
surah.
my phone, 'cause I'm not a
And I can give you the answer. You don't even have to. I can give you the answer.
need to check.
It's surah 4, An-Nisa. An-Nisa is the surah you might have in mind. You might. You can check that.
Yeah, you said it. Surah Surah Al-Nisa.
An-Nisa. Surah 4,
The woman.
Yeah.
Which means the woman. Yeah.
the women. That name means the woman or women,
It's
in plural or
about
singular, I can't remember.
justice and rights. Again, I'm not a scholar, so I have to pull it up on my
Don't
phone.
worry, I can tell you what it is about. I can tell you if you like.
No, I'm not.
I can tell you what this is like.
Financial
Sorry.
independence.
Can I tell you what the surah is about?
Marriage and family.
Can I tell you what the surah is about?
I've just told you.
I know, but you said you don't know. I'm going to tell you. I know. I've read through the Quran. I'm writing multiple
Yeah,
books
yeah.
on the
I
Quran.
also
So I
got
can
it
tell
on
you.
my phone as well.
I can tell you.
In one line, you've
One second.
misrepresented it. So
One
how would I
second.
listen to you?
One second. Please, my dear friend.
Also, you're
Surah
Christian.
An-Nisa. Surah An-Nisa. Clearly the name, I can't remember if it is singular woman or plural women. I think it's a plural women. Surah An-Nisa has the word which means the women, but it is not for the women. As a matter of fact, the bulk of that surah is about how to get rid of munafiqs. Nothing to do with women, but about how to get rid of munafiqs during a hijrah. That's what the chapter is about. It deceptively gives the title women because there are some portions of it which deals with women, whatever, some details of women and so on. But if you want, and there is another surah, by the way, which is related to the topic we're talking about. You know what that topic is? Surah is At-Talaq. It's about the man very easily getting rid of a woman. Do you know? Not divorce. Getting rid of. No, my dear friend, you are in the UK. In the UK, divorce is a complex process.
Yeah.
Complex process for the ones who go with the UK law.
Yeah.
Because the UK law is based on Christian values. But the Quranic law, in the Quran, divorce, i.e., what the man does to the woman is simple. Triple talaq is very simple. It's not a complex process.
It's quite a 3-month process, I think.
A 3-month to divorce?
Yeah.
You call that divorce?
It would be a 3-month process because
3 months is not long at all. So how does it begin?
it's not long. I think initially when you do your talaq, there will be witnesses around. You have a discussion of why you want to divorce,
Yeah.
what's happened, is there any way of fixing it, are there children involved, finances and stuff like that. And then I think at the 2nd month, 3rd month it happens as well. And mainly I think it's also a scientific.
Do you know what the 3 months is for?
There's also, yes, I was just getting to that. There's a scientific reason as well. I think for the women especially, stuff like there's diseases like STDs and spreading of that kind of stuff. If within 3 months a woman, even scientifically, has had different semens inside her, more than one type of semen, she's more likely to get an STD or disease. So that 3-month gap or
For
wait.
my lovely friend here who says he's become a Christian recently, Lord, I pray for your rich blessings to be upon him. I pray that through your Spirit, Lord, you may fill him with your wisdom and knowledge and let him. And you were a Muslim earlier. Were you Muslim? I pray that he'll be delivered from all the brainwashing and may be delivered from that so he can live this life of freedom in Christ, where we surrender because of love, not because we are compelled. Comment, my friend, in your hands. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
There's another. I compare. You said love.
Yeah.
There's no love in Islam.
Yeah.
It's mentioned like love for enemies
Yeah.
in Bible.
Yeah.
It said do good to those who help you, who
Yeah.
bless them, who curse you,
Yeah.
and many things more.
Yeah. Need to go, City. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we need to. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, but lovely, yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. The Lord Jesus is marvelous. Thank you very much. I need to, my child is, but thank you very much. God's blessings. We'll catch up later.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please email.
Yeah, okay.
Please email. Yeah, thank you very much. God's blessings. Bye.